Welcome to Spotlight Radio. I'm your host, Jessica Stern. Today we are proud to put the spotlight on Susan Sheppard. Susan, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Jessica. How are you today?
Good, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. Susan Sheppard is the owner at Getting What You Want, based in Glendale, California. So tell us, Susan, what first inspired you to enter your field?
Oh, my goodness. I got divorced. After I got divorced, I figured I need to learn how to do it better. And so I took a whole bunch of courses in relationships and learned how to do it better.
Wonderful. So tell us a bit about learning how to do it better as far as women finding relationships.
Well, in my coaching experience, which has been 23 years, the most frequent complaints that I get from women as far as their pain in terms of relationship is, one, that they're lonely, two, that somehow they've been hurt and they're scared to try again, or the third thing is they are attracted to the wrong men. And in the work that I've done over all these years, I found solutions to all these problems. And so that's what I do. I mainly work with women who've been hurt in some way or wronged so that they can have more power in their relationship and they can get what they want.
That's a great point. So tell us a bit about the solutions to these problems, as you said, starting with, for example, women choosing the wrong men.
Well, the women who are attracted to the wrong men, they tend to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I refer to them as having a broken man picker. And what we do is teach them this 5-step process that I've been working with for years and years, so that at some point they actually own their power and they can have the man who will cherish them for who they actually are, rather than trying to be who a man wants them to be.
That's a great point. And tell us about your 5-step process and what that means.
Well, the 5-step process is, somebody once asked me, what do I do with my clients? And I said, well, I do the same thing with them all the time. And I take them through a process where they can determine if they have first they have to find the clarity. What is it they really want? And do they want a husband? Do they want a live-in boyfriend? Do they want a next-door neighbor who travels with them, or do they want a booty call? I mean, what do they really want? So getting them the clarity for what they want in a relationship. The second step is for them to figure out and do the process that it's actually a unique process that I developed on loving themselves. And the third step is learn how to ask for what they want. You have to acknowledge first, then ask and appreciate any movement in the direction you want them to go. The fourth step, which stands for success in the essential ingredients of a relationship. There's 3 ingredients that I think are essential, and they are chemistry, compatibility, and love with respect. And finally, the 5th step is that once they've done all the work in the first 4 steps, they're ready to step up and step out and actually go meet the man of their dreams.
Wow. And tell us, what are some of the most common issues that your clients bring to you to solve as far as getting through this process and finding a happy, healthy relationship?
They forget what they're supposed to do. I give them the process and tell them this is what you need to do. This is how you learn how to talk to men. This is how you go and meet men. And then they'll call me and say, oh, but how do I start a conversation with a man? I'm like, well, it's pretty simple. You can walk up to them and you can look at them and you can say, gee, those are nice shoes, or tie, or how's the weather? And it doesn't really matter what you say, because if they're going to talk to you, they'll talk to you no matter what.
That's a great point. And tell us a bit about your site for our listeners to check out the site as well. That's www.gettingwhatyouwant.com. What's your favorite part of the site?
Well, I have a blog, and also there's a bunch of testimonials on there from clients that I've worked with over the years. But I think the thing I'm most proud of is my book, How to Get What You Want from Your Man Anytime, which, incidentally, I have to tell you, we're in the 5th reprinting of How to Get What You Want from Your Man Anytime. And I just have an idea. I think what I'd like to do is to give a copy of a real book to any of your listeners that are interested in having it. They'll have to pay the shipping costs, but other than that, I'll send you a real autographed copy of my book, How to Get What You Want from Your Man Anytime. And in that book, all the details of my 5-step process are there. And really, you can learn everything you need to know to do it.
Wonderful. So again, for our listeners, as our program is unfortunately coming to a close, for our listeners to reach out and get in touch with Susan Sheppard, the owner, of course, of Getting What You Want, based in Glendale, California. Definitely check out the gorgeous site. Again, www.gettingwhatyouwant.com, or you can email her directly, susan@gettingwhatyouwant.com. Spelled correctly, SUSAN, Susan, at getting, GETTING, what, WHATUYOU, want, WANT.com. And Susan, is there a certain thing that someone should put in the subject to get a copy of your book?
No, they just go on the front page. There should be an offer. Fill in your name and your email address, and it'll take you to the spot where you can put in the information so I can actually send you a real copy of my book. I just decided to give it away for free today, and that's a special offer.
Wonderful. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you've been listening to Spotlight Radio with special guest Susan Sheppard.